Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, is with Danny Morgan, Asher Antonisen, waiting for Rocco Falconeri, Finn Carr, to arrive with Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, so that they can play baseball. Danny and Jason talk about how losing Sam has impacted their lives. Jason says that he used to share everything with Sam and that he is now committed to being there in every way for Danny. His son acknowledges how he has stepped up to parent him and knows that Jason won't leave him. Eventually, Rocco and Dante arrive and the brothers start to play ball. Jason and Date agree that they really need each other and agree that keeping Rocco and Danny's connection alive is crucial. Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, and Diane Miller, Carolyn Hennessy, meet with Marco Rios, Adrian Arcondo, to discuss his potential employment. Not telling them that Jen Sidwell, Carlo Rota, was his father was a huge mistake, so now they need assurances from Marco that his personal affiliation won't affect his job. Alexis says that she never prejudges someone based on their last name and welcomes him aboard. Alexis leaves, and Diane hands Marco a folder to work on. He opens it and sees Christina Corinthos, Kate Mansi, court commitment papers, and asks if they are a mistake. Di tells him she gave him the wrong papers and to use discretion about what he just viewed. Di then goes to visit Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, at GH about a custody request connected to Ava Jerome, Maura West. When she arrives, she finds him with his daughter, Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vagnos, who has been helping him walk the halls. Molly attempts to make a quick exit and collides with Diane, sending her paperwork flying. Molly ends up picking up the folder with Christina's paperwork and putting it into her own bag before leaving. Day goes over the custody details with Rick and asks him a few times to go easier on Alexis. That leads him to believe that she knows the truth about Christina cutting the brakes on his car. Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens, has been hired by the Landview Banner to write a lengthy piece on adoption, and she decides to interview Lucas Jones, Van Hansis, for it. Lulu asks him a lot of questions about being reunited with his birth father as an adult, making it clear that she has an ulterior motive. Lucas thinks that adoption is the greatest gift that you can either give or receive. He is also grateful to have been reunited with Julian, his birth father, even though it was complicated and messy. After talking with Lulu, Lucas goes to work at General Hospital. Once there, he finds out that Cody Bell, Josh Kelly, is there after being kicked by a horse. Brooke Lynn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, brought him in, and while waiting, the two connected over the situation with Lulu. They are both mad at Lulu for manipulating them, but not mad at each other. Lucas comes to check on Cody and ends up talking to BLQ. He tells her about his interview on adoption with Lulu, and she leaves furious. Lulu drives straight to Lulu's house and demands to know what she is up to. Meanwhile, Molly was about to leave G8, but then she saw Cody waiting for x-rays. She decides to keep him company as he waits and pulls out paperwork. After working for a bit, Molly opens another yellow envelope and stares at Christina's commitment paperwork, horrified. Christina is babysitting Donna at Carly Spencer's, Laura Wright house when Donna sneaks her phone and calls her dad, Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard. He is in his hospital bed in Lair, ready for surgery. He downplays it and tells her he is getting a checkup. Dante stops in to talk to Christina about the situation with Sonny. They are both worried about his heart surgery, and Dante says that they need to really focus on the family and what matters the most. Alexis also drops by to feel out how Christina is really doing. In Lair, Sonny has been prepped for surgery and is just waiting in his room with Carly and Brick, Stephen A. Smith. Carly tells him that he has to fight to survive no matter what. Even if he sees the pearly gates, he needs to resist them and wake up. After Sonny is in the OR, and given a sedative in his IV, he starts to flash back to various special moments with his family. Port Charles was on fire this Wednesday as the April 24 episode of General Hospital delivered explosive reveals, emotional goodbyes, and life-altering choices that rocked fan-favorite characters. The hour opened with tense energy that only escalated from scene to scene, beginning with the jaw-dropping introduction of Marco, a mysterious figure from Sonny's past who could turn the tide of his empire. While Dante tried to hold it together at the hospital, pacing as doctors prepped his father for high-risk surgery, Sonny himself remained cool and defiant, determined to survive and reclaim control. The mob boss wasn't about to let his enemies think he was down for good, but with every second that passed, danger loomed larger. Dex, still missing in action and presumed dead by many, remained on the minds of both Joss and Carly, but neither could afford to get distracted as Sonny's condition worsened. Carly was a pillar of strength today, urging the kids to stay hopeful and assuring them that Sonny had been through worse. But this time, even she couldn't shake the fear that this might be different. The doctors warned the family that the surgery would be long and complicated, and the threat of not making it off the table was very real. Meanwhile, Molly reeled from a major bombshell that could alter her entire future. After weeks of navigating surrogacy drama and tension with Christina, Molly found herself blindsided when TJ admitted he'd been keeping something from her. He hadn't just been supporting Christina emotionally, he'd also confided in her about doubts regarding the surrogacy process. Molly felt betrayed and humiliated, especially since she had been doing everything in her power to rebuild trust after their rocky start to parenthood. Her confrontation with TJ turned ugly fast, and she demanded space to think things through, clearly shaken by what she heard. At the same time, Christina stepped into a whole new chapter of her life as Blaze brought her to a surprise meeting, one that had career implications Christina never expected. While Christina remained laser-focused on her pregnancy journey, Blaze reminded her that her passions outside of motherhood still mattered. But the conversation was cut short when Alexis called with news about Sonny's condition. The Davis women rushed to the hospital, putting their issues on pause as family came first. Elsewhere, Ava was up to her old tricks, quietly playing both sides while pretending to be a loyal confidant to Sonny. She had a chilling run-in with Marco, who appeared at the gallery unannounced with a cryptic message from someone higher up the chain. Ava, always calculating, didn't let on that she recognized the name he dropped. But it was clear from her expression that Marco's arrival changed everything. As viewers know, Marco has ties to the West Coast Syndicate, a group with old grudges and big ambitions. Ava knew better than to get in their crosshairs. Back at the hospital, tension thickened as Sonny was wheeled into surgery. The hallway was filled with worried faces: Dante, Michael, Carly, and even Nina, who arrived late but determined to show her support. Her presence drew icy stares, especially from Carly, who wasn't in the mood for Nina's brand of remorse. Nina, however, insisted she was there for Sonny, not for redemption. The surgery itself played out with all the intensity GH fans expect. Alarms beat, doctors barked orders, and at one point, Sonny's vitals dropped dangerously low. The chief surgeon called for backup, and Dante's face crumpled as he overheard snippets of the chaos through the surgical suite's intercom. For a moment, it looked like Sonny might not make it. But miraculously, the team stabilized him. The episode left viewers hanging with the haunting image of Sonny unconscious on the table, his fate uncertain. Meanwhile, Willow visited the Quartermain estate and opened up to Brooke Lynn about the state of her marriage to Michael. Though they'd agreed to start fresh, she admitted that Michael had been distant ever since his father's arrest. Brooke Lynn offered kind words and support, but it was clear that Willow's patience was wearing thin. She confided that she feared Michael wasn't over the guilt of helping secretly spy on Sonny, and that no matter how much time passed, it still weighed on their relationship like a shadow they couldn't escape. Elsewhere in town, Drew had a brief but powerful encounter with Carly, checking in on her as she sat alone in the hospital chapel. The two shared a warm embrace, but Carly quickly pulled away, admitting she didn't know how to process everything happening. Drew didn't push, simply offered quiet support. Carly whispered, "I can't lose him. Not now," a line that will no doubt resonate with fans for weeks. Portia and Curtis also had a moment of reflection as they updated each other on Trina's recent choices. Though Trina wasn't seen in the episode, her name came up several times as Curtis wondered if his daughter was getting pulled deeper into Spencer's orbit. Portia, ever the protective mother, expressed her concern but stopped short of outright judgment. The two agreed to support Trina while also keeping their eyes open for trouble. Anna was dealing with a crisis of her own. A call came through from WSB headquarters requesting an urgent update on the investigation into Sonny's shooting. Anna, already stretched thin, delegated tasks to Jordan and Chase, warning them to keep a close eye on Marco, who had suddenly reappeared in town without warning. She suspected he was connected to the attempt on Sonny's life, and she was determined to find out exactly who sent him. As the hour drew to a close, Molly returned to the hospital to check on Sonny and ran into Christina in the hallway. The two sisters locked eyes, and for a moment, it seemed like they might argue again. But instead, Christina reached out and hugged Molly. "He's going to be okay," Christina said, voice trembling. Molly didn't respond, but she didn't pull away either. The unspoken truth hung heavy between them. No matter their differences, family would always come first. And just when viewers thought the drama had hit its peak, the final scene delivered a stinger. Marco walked into a dark office where a mysterious man stood waiting. "He took the bait," Marco said. The man turned, revealing a face viewers hadn't seen in over a year. Renzo Mariani, one of Sonny's oldest enemies, presumed dead. "Then it's time," he growled. Sonny Corinthos won't see what's coming next. As the credits rolled, fans were left breathless. With Marco now officially hired by a dangerous old foe, Molly reeling from TJ's betrayal, and Sonny's fate hanging by a thread, General Hospital delivered one of its most powerful episodes of the season. Every storyline was loaded with emotion, suspense, and setups for even bigger drama ahead. The ripple effects from this episode are sure to reshape Port Charles in the days to come. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.